Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to your Lunch and Learn Hour. I'm Paulette, and I'm a part of Brownstone Worldwide. You guys know the deal, but let's go through it anyway. This is your Lunch and Learn Hour, and we're going to be bringing on some folks that are helping us to raise money for an amazing cause. And so before we get started, let's talk about that briefly. Brownstone Worldwide, in conjunction with Exhale Central Georgia, have come together to raise essential funds for scholarship funds for two amazing college students. We know how important it is to raise funds for college throughout every single semester and how stringent it can be on a student and possibly parents as the cost of education goes up. And so what Exhale Central Georgia and Brownstone Worldwide have done is come together to make it a little bit easier on at least two, to begin, students for the upcoming semester in the fall. But before we get started, I want to make sure that you guys understand exactly what you're in for. And then we're going to bring on one of our special guests who's helping to support the cause. Are you ready?
Join Brownstone Worldwide and Exhale Central Georgia for the Summer Gala event of the season. Set in the picturesque Dove-Down, Griffin, Georgia area, our gala promises to be the social highlight of the summer. Revel in an evening of elegance and purpose, all while contributing to a transformative cause, which is sponsoring college scholarships for promising young women headed to college. Experience the perfect blend of networking, dining, and supporting a cause that can change lives. The Brownstone Worldwide Block Party Gala Fundraiser. Get your tickets today.
And tickets, of course, are still on sale right now. You need to move fast because there are only 100 and I think 20 that are left. And so we're moving fast on that. I know some people are thinking of purchasing 2 to 3 at a time. So you want to make sure that you're available to get those or that you're ready to. Tickets, again, are only $30. And once again, this is helping a wonderful cause. Now, if you're also interested in doing any kind of additional fundraising or sponsorship of this event, you can definitely contact the Brownstone Center and you can reach out directly to me. That phone number is 470-862-0313. That's 470-862-0313. You can call the office for advertising, sponsorship, and more. Now, let's get into one of the reasons why we're here. The biggest reason, of course, is we're going to be talking to one of the vendors of the block party today. And also, guys, get ready. This sister has two businesses. I need you all to let that sink in because running one is enough. But she has two, and I am excited to introduce you all to Miss Tameya Banks. She is the owner and founder of, I'm going to let her tell y'all, because if I say it, I'm definitely going to be one of those that's going to say it wrong. Hey, girl, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good, and you?
Good. Thank you so much for joining us today. I said that I was going to let you tell them exactly what the names of your businesses are, because I'll mess them up. I'm going to go ahead and put them on the screen. That's my truth for today.
Yes. So the first one is my baby. Both are my baby, but the first one is Nitty's Salon 1 and Retail, which is the cosmetology and beauty salon.
Okay.
And the second one is Main Chic Clothing, which is the clothing boutique.
I gotcha. So you have Main Chic.
Yes.
Clothing.
Yes.
And you have Nitty's.
Yes.
Okay. Now, one of the things that we talked about before we actually started this interview was how in the world. That's the first thing. How in the world did you come up with the name? And how long have you been in business just doing hair? Because that means you're a licensed cosmetologist.
Yes, correct.
Right? Okay. Correct. That's a feat in and of itself. I called myself, it didn't work out. I went into labor before I could finish. So true story. That really happened.
Wow.
So yeah, it really did. So listen, let's talk about Nitty Salon and Retail.
Yes.
How in the world did you decide to open your own salon after possibly having a chair in someone else's facility?
Oh, wow. Since I was 9 years old, I had been doing hair around the neighborhood,
Mhm.
kids when I was a kid. So that was always my dream to be a cosmetologist. So I worked for my cousin for 3 years straight as her
Mhm.
shampoo girl. And so
Mm.
after a while, I'm like, helping her run it, I'm like, I can do this. So I enrolled in cosmetology school at 23 in 2008.
Mhm.
And halfway through my, I think I had 3 months before I clocked out of my hours. God blessed me with my first salon, and I legally couldn't work there as doing hair until I clocked out and went to state board. But I was able to hire people that already had graduated and have their hours and got their license, so they worked there, and I would just come and check and manage it, and went back to school in between.
That is crazy.
Yes.
So you walked out of school before school
Mhm.
ended
Yes.
with your own facility.
Yes, ma'am.
Ah,
Yes,
now
ma'am.
that's amazing.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a blessing. And you were able to get people employed and get them working right away, unless, of course, they were already there. So I got a question for you before we start talking about your salon. I mean, I'm sorry, your clothing, your boutique.
Yes.
You know I'm gonna go here.
Hmm.
You already know because you can tell by the sound of my voice. While I'm sitting up here, just gray. Let's talk about that. So, uh, mm, can we talk about two things when it comes to beauty salons
Hmm.
and business?
Yes.
I stopped going to beauty salons, and I'm not the only one that did. I started now recently. I cut my locks off.
Hmm.
I've had locks for over 19 years. Down my back, beautiful, whatever. Cut them off, and I am struggling to go to somebody's salon today
Hmm.
because of a couple of reasons.
Hmm.
Can I go here?
Yep.
Y'all late,
Hmm.
2, 3 hours late. I done already paid or prepaid.
Hmm.
Okay. I'm sitting under the dryer for an hour, 2 hours. My hair already drop in dry. Okay. But you got Keisha, Lisa, Laura, Mary, and everybody else got to get their hair done at the same time so you can meet your car note payment. Uh,
Mm-mm-mm.
uh, your kids is running around and nobody else's kids is allowed. And I got to put up with your baby.
Mhm.
Listen, so we're dealing with all of this floor, hair all on the floor. You
Mhm.
don't have anybody to shampoo, so you running around doing all the things because you want all the money in your pocket. There's no reschedule. There's nobody at the front, so you got to run that. The place has been open for 50, 60 years, and so some of the calendars on the wall belong to the sister that's been dead in the ground for 20 years since press and curl was popular,
Oh,
right?
Lord.
Does any of this sound familiar?
Mhm. Mhm.
How do we as a people combat those issues and help a sister like me who has grayed early
Mhm.
and would love to come back to a salon for additional support,
Yes.
but but
Mhm.
I'm terrified because of what I may have to endure. I shouldn't have to take my listen, girl. I shouldn't have to take my whole Saturday to
I
get my hair done. It's
and I'm with
insane.
you. Yes. Yes.
Okay, let's talk about that. I'm sorry, I had to
Okay.
set the stage. I'm sorry.
No, I definitely get it. I knew everything you were going to say before you said it, because that's like the biggest thing with salons these days.
Yeah.
And I hated it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my reason of I got told a lot by my instructors that should have been encouraging me not to get my own salon, to go work for somebody else. Booth brand is gonna be hard, this, that, and the third. But I have watched those same exact reasons you just said, and I hated it before I even got in the field. And
Wow.
God, please bless me with my own, because I don't want mine to be that way. I don't want to be the typical hair salon. So
Mm-hmm.
when people meet me or people tell them about me, I wish my clients could get on here because they would crack up, because mine is not that.
Really?
It's the
Okay.
complete opposite. And it's been that way since I've been in business, and started off at 24 years old. By me being so young, people stereotyped me because I was young. They thought they was going to come into that type of salon. It's
Mm.
going to be a bunch of riffraff, a bunch of
Mhm.
rap music playing, a
Yeah.
bunch of cursing. It was the complete opposite. And it has been
Okay.
that way since I've been in business. I don't allow cursing. I don't allow certain music. I feel like as the owner, or even as if you're renting a booth, you have the right to set that atmosphere for your clients, for them to be comfortable. And if you don't
Mhm.
set that atmosphere right, that's why
Mhm.
people feel the way that they feel.
Right.
So I have a rule that my clients, we have I call it my system. So
Mhm.
one's in the chair. As I'm
Mhm.
finished the one in the chair, the one that's under the dryer. By the time I finish the one in the chair, the one in the dryer is coming up, and she's getting directly in the chair. I feel
Mhm.
like you shouldn't have to spend your whole off
No,
day with me like you clocking dollars and you spending money.
that part. Woo,
So I
honey,
have a
listen.
system. I'm extremely fast. My people are in and out. I have a shampoo person. I don't allow kids. I have a 2 year old. My 2 year old do not come to my place of business. I can probably
Okay.
count on my one hand how many times he's been there. And
Yeah.
that's just because he stopped by to give me a hug with his dad
Oh,
and he's gone out the door.
okay. Okay. So
Yes.
you already knew what I was getting ready to talk about. Oh,
Yep. 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 No
like I got to
more.
have a whole meal. I got to
Yes.
order Uber Eats or something while I'm waiting because I know I'm getting ready to be there all day. I might as well just bring my Netflix and
Nope.
chill there and a
My
blanket.
clients laugh, even my new people when they come. A lot of, like, I had a lady recently, she came early, and I'm like, why you here so early? Now you finna have me personally, I don't like people sitting there staring at me. Well,
Right.
because I'm gonna
Right.
feel like I'm rushing. So I'm like,
Right.
you like an hour early. She was like, well, most beauty shops I have to come early because I know I'm gonna sit long, so I try to come early. I said, well, this not that type of beauty salon.
I'll
I'm like, you
see.
get in the chair at your time. I'm like,
Mhm.
so, and she was like, now I know. So, and the other customers that was there, they was like, yeah, she don't play that. I've been coming to her for 10 years. The other
I
one was
love
with me for
it. I
6.
love
So,
it.
yes.
Good, good. And so for what are your words? What would you say to those salon owners who are experiencing that before we jump into your boutique? Because girl, I got so many questions. I keep thinking, okay, so you're doing hair. So here's I gotta bring it up. Mm.
The name.
I gotta bring it up because I'm so over it. Now, again, I'm natural. I don't have any problem with the weeds and all of that. But when did we stop doing our own hair? When is it becoming a problem? When do I need to see a trichologist? When it's such an issue now. We have young women who are literally burning their skin
Mhm.
to wear the glue to wear somebody else's hair because they're too ashamed of
Yeah.
what's growing out of their scalp. Now we're talking about a cultural issue
Yeah.
that spans back to before the turn of the century when black
Yes.
hair was illegal for black women to even wear their hair out in public. So
Hmm.
I want to dig deeply into that for just a moment. Um, do you ever now, number one, I'm sure you do some type of hair replacement or hair weave or wigs or maybe something like that, braids. Number one, here's because this is twofold for me because I come from the braiding field. Okay,
Yeah.
all through college, I was a master braider. Worked with Talia Wajid during my college days to kind of help pay the bills. And so, two things. One, when do you tell a customer, or should you tell a customer, girl, let your hair breathe? I, I got questions. I need to
So,
know.
look, it's funny because I just went through this yesterday.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And how do they take it? Because see, people, here's something else.
Yeah.
I I have been natural so long. Like I'm just comfortable with who God made me. But we
That's
have
right.
so many women who are uncomfortable wearing their own hair. We're embarrassed about it
Mhm.
because we don't have, natural long hair flowing down the back. That's by choice now
Yeah.
because don't let
Yeah.
this 4C fool you.
I know, right?
You know, I learned this to my shoulders. I was shocked. This pick and
Yeah.
pack hair ain't no joke.
Yes.
Now, the question that I have is how do you handle that with the customer? And do you turn people away? And what would you say for those people who are wearing wigs and weaves so much that they begin to neglect their own hair? What are your treatments for that?
So my suggestion is just like I told my client yesterday, because that's her issue, because her edges are really thinning. And like I told her, your edges are thinning, and because you want to consistently wear weave and braids, you need to give your hair air. She has long, pretty hair, and
Mm-hmm.
she feel like, what's the point of wearing it if my edges are not growing? I'm like, well, your edges is never going to grow if you don't give your hair some air. Give your hair
Right.
air. So we recently just did her natural hair for she try. I said, just trust me, let's try it. So we did it for a month.
Mm-hmm.
So she would come every 2 weeks. We would do deep conditioners, hot oil treatments with
Mm-hmm.
Pacific shampoo that worked for her hair. Clip
Mm-hmm.
her ends every 3 months. I told her keep up with that and just keep the weaving things out. So we did a bunch of rod curls, no, like
Right.
less heat, things like that. And now she wanted a sew in. So I was like, well, because you let me do my month of, I'm gonna let you get your sew in.
Okay.
But before then, she was doing braids. I wouldn't, because I wouldn't do specific things on her hair. So she went to somebody else and she
Mm.
was doing braids, which a lot of them do. I just had two tell me today that they're going to go get braids because I wouldn't do something they wanted me to do. And I was like, well, I'll be back. I'm like, okay, because you'll be back and I'm going
Oh,
to have to fix the problem.
and
I'm
that
gonna
was
have to
the
fix
next
the
question that I had.
problem. Mm-hmm.
What is it? Do you feel? I used to have people tell me all the time when I was braiding hair full time. I feel like I'm cheating on you
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because
Say
I
that.
was trained a certain way, right? I was
Yeah.
trained how to do the grid properly, proper application technique. We got a lot of people. Let's go here. I'm gonna go here. I was gonna wait, but I ain't gonna wait. We got a lot of people that don't want to pay what it's worth. So I'm standing on my feet 16, 17
Mm-hmm.
hours doing micro braids the right way, not
Yep.
the block way. I'm
Yep.
standing on my feet, working with my hands, doing what I got to do to make it look so wonderful and beautiful for you. So you don't have to come to the salon. Sometimes if you take care of it properly and you handle the halo correctly, you don't
Right.
have to come back and see me for 6 to 9 months, right? Why you feel like you can go to YouTube University?
Who they killing me with it?
And how is that impacting your bottom line as a salon owner?
That is it's horrible. It is
Yeah.
literally horrible.
Mm-hmm.
You have, like you said, the YouTube University and people that want to tell you, well, I seen this on YouTube, or the
Oh,
girl on YouTube did it like this. And me being me, they know me, I'm me, I love them and they love me. I'm like, well, you need to go to the girl on YouTube because I'm
oh,
not doing that.
I love it.
Because I'm big on hair care. I'm big on growing your
Mm-hmm.
hair. God bless me to have growing hands.
Mm-hmm.
And people that has come to me that has had alopecia issues or been going to people for 10 years and have never had hair growth. They
Mm-hmm.
couldn't get it to grow. And then when they come to me and I'm doing it, their hair grows really well.
Yeah.
And so that's why they are so loyal and they're dedicated because of their reason, because it's a true story. You can't let everybody in
No,
your hair. I
no,
believe in that. I don't let like certain spirits on me. You're not just about to touch my head.
right.
And I'm the same way. I have one outside of myself. I have one girl that braids my hair when I want it braided every now and again. And I
Mm-hmm.
have one person that I just allow to cut it because I can style it myself. I just don't know how, because I actually, my hair is shaved. Like the picture I sent you, it's
Really?
cut off. It is cut off. I don't
You
like
couldn't tell
hair.
it.
I don't really do weave. I did this for swimming and to
Uh-huh.
exercise because it's,
Okay.
but yeah, I
It
like,
looks great.
thank you. It's
Yeah.
something to check out.
Listen, the reason why I ask those questions is because number one, being from the natural hair care industry and seeing
Mhm.
so many people that do it, and they think that they're just going to go and buy the hair.
Mhm.
First of all, you're buying the wrong kind of. Don't even get me started on Kanika as opposed to Toyoko as opposed to the synthetic fiber. Because
Yes.
we can have a whole conversation about that, right? And now they're talking about, oh, this specific fiber can cause cancer. Wait a minute, what? And now
Yeah.
you have, which one are you using? If you braid it this way, it can cut the hair. See, people aren't paying attention to that. You want your hair done a specific way, but you're not willing to pay for somebody who's done years of study and continuing learning education courses. Because I know that's something that you probably do as well, as you go to
Yes.
different seminars. Why do people think that they're supposed to give you $30 for all of that?
Oh Lord, this is funny that you asked me these questions. I just lit my assistant. She just called me right before our call, our interview, and she was
Yeah.
like, the lady counsel because she was like, I don't want to pay that for you want a relaxer, you want a rinse, you want your ends trimmed, and you want a style. And she's like, well, all I got is $70, honey. Where are you gonna go?
Where you gonna go and get that done?
Yeah, so I'm like, you got to pick. I'm willing to work with you because that's just what I do. They tell me I'm too nice. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm willing to work with you, but you're going to have to cut like 2 of those services out. And so
Period.
she booked it. And then for tomorrow, then she was like, she called back and said, oh, well, I didn't want to pay that. So I'm just going to go somewhere else. So I was like, okay, good luck.
Okay. You be back. Okay. When your edge is gone, you be back. Let me stop. I'm gonna stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna stop. I think it is so I've just seen so many changes. This was well before, like it was a thing when I was coming up, and then we're gonna start talking about your boutique.
Yes.
It was a thing when I was coming up. Get up, go get your hair cut on the weekends if you were a young man.
Yep.
Or you go and get your hair done. If it wasn't at your mama's kitchen stove, getting that, hold your ear. If you weren't holding your ear, and using the Marcel, clicker, then it was a no. But now, no one's really, all we want to do is look good. We're not looking at the health of the hair. We're not looking at what you're eating, nutrition. We're not looking at any of that. It's just slather something on it and make it look good for the moment. And it's really, really unfortunate. The hair care industry is taking a hit because of that. It is. I've seen friends actually have to close their salons.
Yes.
YouTube University.
It's been a struggle. Yes,
it
has really been a struggle. I originally had last year, during COVID, a little after COVID, I went from 8 stylists in there with me to I'm literally there by myself now. Because of that reason, a lot of girls lost clientele. A lot of girls, they didn't want to pay the booth rent anymore. And they like, well, I can do it in my house because now people don't mind coming to people's house versus before people didn't really want to go in people's house. So, so I'm there by myself. I have my suite. I downsized the big salon side and I actually expanded the store we could get into. And I actually, God gave me an ideal about something else where I can do her classes and business stuff on the other side.
I love that.
Yeah, it is really I went from a lot of stylists and a lot of clients to it's
you're
bad.
feeling it.
Yeah.
Okay. So and I knew it had to be so because you don't see as many, especially Black hair care salon. And see, it comes down to experience, I think. When you're going into these salons, it comes down to how fast can you get me out? And some of it is how good do you make me feel? Sometimes it's not even about the money, but if you're clearing up a pain point for me, like me personally, I think I'm done with the gray. Okay. So I know I got to go somewhere, unless of course I go over to the beauty supply store and give me some jazzing.
Yes.
Ooh, that's old school. Listen. So if I decide to do that, then okay, I've got the background to do it. However, shouldn't we, as people, as customers, as clients, or as business owners, let me put it back on the business owner. Should we not be offering an experience for our clientele? Do you think that would support what is happening in the hair care industry when it comes to salons and the service of it?
I definitely agree with that. That's one of my biggest things, the experience. A lot of my clients, that's what they say. I don't care who, because I call my city. They'll be mad at me. They know me. I get on my live and say the same thing. They the bandwagon city. So they jump on who's popular, the hottest thing, and they don't worry about the experience, how they're being treated, like none of that. And my clients say, I don't care who doing what, I'm staying right here because it's the experience for me.
Yes.
It's the atmosphere when they walk in, is my spirit, is my assistant spirit, is they don't have to worry about anything when they come in. Not only are they gonna look beautified, I'm gonna say some type of encouraging word, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. They gonna hear good upbeat music that's gonna put them in a good mood if they were in a down mood. They don't have to worry about their safety when they come in there. Like, it's just not that type of place. And I'm in the middle of the hood. And they say when they walk in there, it look like it belongs somewhere that's not nowhere a part of where it is.
Right. Okay.
Because of what they
Okay.
feel when they walk there. So it's definitely an experience that make people travel from all way. I've had people come from 2-3 hours away to come and get their hair
Really?
done because of the experience. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about. That is that true service, that true experience
Yes.
that people talk about. So let's put your logo up for your salon, Nitty Salon and Retail.
Yeah.
But now let's talk about this.
Yes.
Main Chic Clothing. Now this is what is
Yes.
coming. And let's put that beautiful picture of you up there. This
Yes.
is what is coming to the block party. So
Yes.
let's talk about that, shall we?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So Main Chic Clothing. Oh Lord. Okay, Main Chic Clothing was really forced on me.
Okay.
All I wanted to do was do hair, be a licensed cosmetologist, be successful at hair. When I was coming up, I just would dress. Like I would
Mhm.
put on heels to go walk to the park, and I was just that dressing girl. I love fashion. And
Yeah.
so my god sister, she seen that in me, and a lot of clients with the other girls would be like, "Hey, Tameya, where did you get this? Where did you
Mhm.
get this?" And I would tell them a lot of stuff. I will buy it. I would tear it up, put it back together because I wanted it to be different all the time.
Okay.
And they started asking me to do theirs, and I would do it for fun. And they started tipping me. And so when she started saying that, she was like, "Hey, this is about to be something." So I'm
Mhm.
like, "Nah, I just like to do it for fun." And she bought me I walked in my salon one day, and all the people were like, "All these boxes your sister dropped off, we don't know what's in them." I'm like, "This girl is crazy." And so I opened them, and it was my first batch of inventory. This was in 2013. And I called her on the phone, and I was like, "Hey, why would you? I don't have space for this." And
Yeah.
she was like, "Girl, I don't care what you saying. You don't see what I see. You gonna do this." And
Oh.
it went from there to I outgrew that place, and
Mhm.
I ended up buying me a building. I was renting. I purchased my building that I'm in now. It
Come
has that's
on.
a whole nother
Yay.
story. And it was I walked in blindsided. God told me to walk by faith and not by sight. And when I say move, you move, and I did. And it has been amazing. It has its ups and
Mhm.
downs. I took a lot of
Mhm.
hits, but it
Mhm.
is growing still.
I love it.
And opened Main Sheet Clothing in 2008. My husband, his name is Emmanuel. We call him Maine. So he
Mhm.
came up with that name, Maine. And he was like, "You before we got married, he was like, you my chick. So this Main Chick Clothing."
Main Chick. I
He said,
get it.
"You
I
chic."
love it.
Yep, you chic. So we gonna call it Main Chic.
Okay. I love it.
Yes.
To hear these stories about how you have grown
Yes.
from just being just having your salon and providing stellar service and customer care and providing an experience for your customers,
Mm-hmm.
and the importance of it. We can laugh and talk and kiki amongst us about that, right? But at the end of the day, in order for you to keep your doors open, you have to be innovative. And it
Yes.
absolutely sounds like that's what you've done, is
Yes.
you've remained innovative and outgrown your original building and ended up having to buy another.
Yep.
Congratulations. See,
Yes. God
those are the
is good.
yes, he is. Those are the stories that I love to hear, because one thing for sure, and two things for certain, is that it doesn't happen overnight.
Mm-mm.
And you got to have some get up and go about you to continue
Yes.
to make that happen. So before we wrap, because we have about 5 minutes when we're
Okay.
talking about your boutique and all of this and the beauty salon industry and laughing and talking about that, in all of that, there are people out there that want to do what you're doing,
Yeah.
that want to open their own business, be it, I don't know, a beauty salon or a boutique. You
Yes.
just sat here and you said, I went from the boutique, I went from the beauty salon store to my beauty salon now I'm the only person there, to now I've got the boutique. Now I bought. You didn't say rent. You said I rented, then I ended up buying. I bought. That didn't happen overnight. So can you please share with our audience what is the good, the bad, and the ugly of being an entrepreneur?
Yes, I would say the good is I just love it. I love being a people's person. I love learning every day.
Mm-hmm.
I love seeing what God is doing and watching myself grow. I
Mm.
love helping others. I have people that I actually teach to do this.
Yeah.
And the bad side of the ugly side is I took a lot of hits.
Yeah.
I invested a lot of money. It takes a lot of sacrifice. And I tell
Mm-hmm.
them everything that other people do, you can't do when you have a dream and a vision.
Right.
So you have to take that money and you have to put it up for what you're trying to do. It takes
That's right.
dedication,
Yep.
hard work. You might
Mhm.
not grow right then and there. Like
Right.
I'm still working on it. I just took a big hit and I'm
Mm.
still pushing. So the struggle gets real, but you got to know what God has for you. You got to keep walking in it. You can't give up. You have to consistently stay. If nobody else believe, you have to believe in yourself and what
Amen.
God gave you.
Come on. Look at
Yes,
that. And
yes,
she just dropped the mic.
yes, yes.
That's
Because
that's real
he
right
gave it to you for you. If
there.
it was everybody else dream of vision,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
gave it to them.
Amen. You better
Yeah.
say that. That is real talk right there. And I hope that our listeners and viewers and followers actually do certainly take that to heart, because what you said is very true. If he didn't think you could do it, he wouldn't have gave it to you.
That's right.
And you have taken what was given to you. And shout out to your sister.
Yeah, I love her. Oh, I love her.
Like,
And she's not even my blood sister. She became my big
oh,
sister over the years. Yes, because of her
yes.
hair. Yes, that's my sister.
I love it. I love
Yes,
it. And
yes,
so here you are. Somebody had so much faith in you, and she saw the vision and
yes,
she gave it to you. Here you go. Now make it work. And you
yes,
did.
yes.
That's
Mhm.
that's that takes faith.
Yes. And I'm still learning. I still take
Yeah.
classes. I'm in a boutique academy class now.
Come on.
You got to invest in yourself.
That's right. Oh, we
Hmm.
could have a whole conversation about
Yeah.
that, about investing and
Yes,
making sure that we're taking care of ourselves in terms of doing better by our businesses so that we can continuously provide quality service to
that's
people.
right. That's
That's
right.
so important.
That's
And
right.
so 2 minutes, because I think that's
Yeah.
about all we got.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
block party. You will be in attendance, or are
Yes.
you sending your items?
Yes, I will be selling items. I have a table there. And I
Oh,
think actually she wants me to be in the show. I didn't know that.
yes. Oh, goodness.
Yeah,
Oh,
I didn't know.
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. Good, good, good.
Yes.
So we will be seeing you in about 38 days, actually. I've
Yes,
been
ma'am.
counting the days down. So 38 days from
Yes.
now, we are going to be in the beautiful, I'm going to go ahead and put it up again, the beautiful meal at Dove Down, Friday, August 4th. This is a gala fundraiser by Exhale Central Georgia and Brownstone Worldwide. It is a fashion show. We've got vendors like Mrs. Tameya Banks and music, and we've got speakers that are going to be coming out. Myself and my partner Cullen, we're going to be the MCs, because sometimes you're just kind of told what you're going to do. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. And so tickets are $30. And if you want more information about that, you can most certainly give the office a call, because we actually still have sponsorship spots available. And we'll be happy to share those with you. So if you are watching this as a replay, because this is going to be forever evergreen, we will always be taking donations and so forth. So again, that number is 470-862-0313, and that is the Brownstone Worldwide office. You can call for advertising and sponsorship for the block party. Y'all, this is going to be exciting, and I cannot wait to meet you, ma'am.
Yes. You too. I'm
Yes.
excited.
This is going to be amazing, and I appreciate
Yes.
you for coming down and
Thank you.
taking time up with us to raise money for such a worthy cause.
Yes.
All right, you guys. Are there any final words that you want to leave with our audience today?
Yes, I would like to tell anyone out there, follow your dreams, believe in you, keep God first, do your homework, educate yourself, and go for it. Walk by faith and not by sight. And faith without works is dead. So you got to move.
Come on. I love it. Yes, that was perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. You guys, this is Mrs. Tameya Banks. She is the owner and founder of Main Chic Clothing. And also, let me get it right now, Nitty's Salon and Retail.
Nitty Salon 1 and Retail.
Salon 1 and Retail located in St. Louis, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes.
And y'all, she bought the building.
Yes.
That is all. That's all. That's okay. That's it. You guys, we'll see you on the next edition of the Lunch and Learn Hour with me, your girl Paulette. Thank you so much, Tameya, for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Can't wait until this event. We'll see you then. All right, you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.